Hello, everyone. What's up? This is Theta Sigma, also known as another side of Theta, also known as Aosoft. And just made some stir fry with ramen. I'm about to eat more of it. It was absolutely delicious for the first bowl, and I'm going to have more. Other than that, I've been using my time unwisely by being lazy for at least four-ish days to kind of reset my mind and clock. But it seems like the world is wanting me to work extra harder. One of my goals is to save a lot of money, so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to spend money right now. A little bit of a goal is to buy a PS5 or Xbox. Also, another goal is to save at least $5,000 this year. So I've been looking to get a job. Another goal I'm worthy of trying to have is trying to revolutionize the third and fourth space, fifth space ideas, and incorporate new business techniques and business structure hierarchies for development in workspace and businesses. Also for jobs like book writers or YouTube influencers or just influencers in general. It showcases a bit more originality, kind of like a trademark tokens, sort of like those NFTs, but it's not an NFT. It's more like a traditional trademark for originality. And other than that, I've been feeling legitimizing everything I do. I've been drinking a lot of Croaks drinks because I do have type 2 diabetes. I'm trying to fix that. Trying to repair my body by not eating as much. I do eat a good amount of food per day, but I'm also trying to lose all this weight. For me, it doesn't look like a lot, but I weigh 313 pounds. Yeah, over time I gain like 10 or 20 pounds and then reduce it back to 313 or 310, or over time it's like that. Let's just say I want you to fulfill your goals as well. Fulfill your accomplishments and not see it as a standardized line test or like the old times of schooling like Nawia Wassel or SAT or all those IQ. We standardize the idea of smart and intellectual people measured in straight lines. We could still do that, but it just, the more we do it, the more we inherently not focus on the people that entirely need the camera light on them, shining on them, to get their monumental drift through not just fame, but a different type of fame. Not celebrity status, not social ranking, but something I call victory. Victory is a little bit different than social moral value or social etiquette or all that. Victory encompasses multiple moral obstructions, and also not just obstructions, but structures, because there's always different types of good. There's not just one type of good. And also there's not just one type of bad. So if you measure things on just these people are good, then you're only gonna see a finite lens, and it might have a problem with how could I say it, limited mentality of a foreshortened perception. But still, you can allow yourself to have it. But the more you see alternatives, the more you see how straightforward things have always been. But they aren't necessarily always like that. That's why you don't follow your intuition completely, and you don't follow other stuff without knowing exactly what to do. And to exactly know what to do is not 100%, not 90%. It's structural impedance, where you have to literally map out exactly what to do. It's funny because it makes it sound like it's imperative, but it's not, because imperatives are misinterpreted as well as religious beliefs are most likely, most of the time, misinterpreted. Atheism is misinterpreted. Even this Folger's classic roast is misinterpreted. This stir fry is misinterpreted. It all goes back to the Dafa. I call it Dafa when it's not completely realistic. Dafa conception of absolute infinity and absolute infinities, and some stories in spiral dynamics, world, type 2, type 3, type 1 civilizations. We can never really enter that lens of frame unless we get to that state of mind, but it's very foreshortened. It doesn't allow you to really see what you want to see unless you change your lens and meditate, meditate, concentrate, focus. But don't rely strictly on meditation all the time, because that foreshortens as well, because it's a simplistic, primitive mind technique. Concentration is still a bit primitive as well. That's why you have to constantly use new, fresh stuff. But for now, I'm using concentration instead of meditation, focus instead of traditional lensing. Let's see how this goes. Indeed. And the way I talk, it's almost as if I'm concluding an event, but it's not conclusions. I don't follow the traditional storyline of a plot where there's beginning, middle, and end, because everything has already always been. Even if there's a Dafa pathway, it's always different. Every moment is different. It's not the same. You have to actually pay attention to the sameness. This wall is not the same wall it is 2 seconds later. This wall is constantly shifting and changing. This face is not the same every 2 seconds or 3 seconds. Constantly changes. Bacteria, consciousness, clothes, walls, televisions, computers, phones, all different every moment. It might have a similar structure, but every moment the system is not the same. Because how can you define what the same is? It would have to have an unchanging capability. A capability to be constantly unchanging, which is not possible. It is an imperative we seek sometimes. But everything is impermanent. Impermanence is also something you shouldn't follow with objective or subjective or any of those views, or even a nihilistic view, because it's partially true, partially wrong, completely right, completely wrong, depending on the viewpoint. That's why mentors and gurus tell you a lie and then a truth, and then another truth and then another lie, and completely contradict itself, because sometimes they might not know that they're contradictory, or they know the game of control. Gurus find a way to control over the room, control of the situation, but I'm here to tell you that that's not how it should be. We should all know the truth. We should all know what to do. Anyways,